Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I'm so sorry that I've not kept up with my videos. I feel like the last 2 videos that I posted, I had said, yeah, I'm gonna try to stick to the 3 videos a week type of a thing, and then life just got out of hand and I've not felt like filming, I've not been able to film, or it's just been a lot. So apologies for that, but here I am. Today I'm gonna be doing this look right here, and it's my official no makeup look. So yeah, so if you guys like this look and you want to see how I got my no makeup look, just keep watching. I don't think you guys fully understand how excited I am that I finally have found a no makeup look that I can actually do. Literally, I've tried to make these videos before where it's no makeup, and then it turns out to be where I do full coverage foundation and all that, and then I just don't do eyeshadow or something like that, and it never ends up working out. But I'm so excited because I finally found a way to do a no makeup look. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus face primer, and it's the Dewy finish. But yeah, I'm just going to apply this to my whole face, and let me just see. I love this stuff, by the way. It's absolutely gorgeous, and honestly, it, in my opinion, is a dupe for the Laura Mercier foundation primer, the Radiance one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that these could be considered dupes. And I like the price tag a lot more on this. I want to say that this was $3 something, maybe? It was definitely under $5, which you're not going to find anything from Laura Mercier under $5, so. They kind of have the same super glowy finish, and I just enjoy them. The Wet n Wild face primer, it says that it is a lightweight formula, it's infused with vitamin E, and it smooths the skin for an even makeup application. So I'm just going to take some of that, and I'm literally probably just going to put it on kind of like I'm putting on moisturizer. So I'll rub it on, but then I'll also kind of pat it so that it sinks into my skin. And honestly, the first time that I used this, I paired it with the Wet n Wild, where is it? The Cushion Foundation, the Mega Cushion Foundation, which I absolutely love this too. I need to make a different video where I'm testing certain things out, but I used them together, and I actually bought this primer because I saw in Walmart that it was marketed to be used with the Cushion Foundation. But I hated them together, literally hated them. It looked so heavy on my skin, and it just it creased throughout the day, and it was just not good. Separate though, I love them both. So this primer, I love using it for the look that I'm about to do, and the Cushion Foundation I really like using with the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base, this little guy here. But yeah, it looks really good. I like that you aren't wasting a bunch of it because it is a cushion foundation, so you're literally only using what you're dipping into the little sponge. And oh my goodness, what is in my eyeball? But it's also buildable also, and it already gives a pretty good amount of coverage, just one coat. But I do really like that you can kind of build it up to kind of just mute out any red tones that you have. So that one's really nice. I'm gonna have to do a video using that one. But no, what I was saying in the beginning is the first time that I used this with that foundation, I put this all over my face, and it literally it reminded me of when everybody was doing those full face of highlighter challenges. It was so bad. I was so freaked out by it. Gosh, my hair is so bad right now. It looks really, really not good. I'm glad that the camera is cutting off the top part of my head. Alrighty, so we are done with that, and what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to grab some of my Tarte Shape Tape, and I use the shade Light, and I'm literally just going to dab this over any of the really the spots that I really want to conceal. Alright, so I'm just going to dab a little bit over these little red spots right here. Anything that I can't deal with showing. So like some of, like, I have like little red spots through here and like little like hyperpigmentation, I guess you could call some of them. But I am going to just leave some of them, because if you don't leave some of them, it's going to look like you have a bunch of makeup on. So that's like what I'm trying to stay away from. So what I'm really gonna do is I'm just gonna focus on the spots that I really just don't at all want to show, and just kind of like mute those tones out. Okay, and because we kind of look like we just poured like olive oil over our face and it's like super like wet, I'm going to leave like the forehead and like through here, probably like on the bridge of my nose, but I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape just to kind of like mute out some of the glowiness that looks like my face is being like super oily. Because we don't want that. I just want my face to look glowy. I don't want to look like you could just like wipe your finger on my face and go make some French fries with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to dab a couple dabs of this like just through here, because this is where a lot of people end up getting really oily. And I'm also going to do a couple dabs just like through here to just kind of mute out that like bluish tone right there. And I'm going to use my finger just to kind of like press that into my skin. I've been really liking, like, no matter what, whether I'm doing this look or whether I'm doing like foundation and all of that, I've really been liking to, instead of blending my Shape Tape out with like a beauty blender or something, I've just been using like my finger, because I feel like the warmth of my skin like helps it to just really like melt into my face, and it kind of just makes it look a little bit more natural. And like I'm not even really taking this concealer out like all the way out here, just because again I want it to look kind of natural, but I also like I want to take some of that like bluish and like red tones away. So like that, and then I think I'm going to take a little bit just like around my nose here, and then a little bit just on the sides here. Alright, and then the last place that I'm going to put some of this concealer is right here in between my eyebrows, because that, again, is another place that kind of tends to get, like, oily when your face does get oily, so we don't, you know, want it to look like that. We just want to look glowy. Okay, so you see how it kind of just, like, you can still see certain, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but, like, just, like, a couple little, like, not blemishes, but like discoloration and, you know, all of that, but it's not like super like red around here, because like my face naturally gets so red around my nose, so I just muted that out to kind of just make it look like my skin is naturally like that, without loading like 8 pounds of foundation on. Alright, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is on my Morphe E48 brush, I'm going to grab some of the Coty Airspun powder, and I always use the translucent extra coverage just to like give me a little bit more, extra from it. And I'm literally just going to take the tiniest little bit, and I'm just going to set where we put that the concealer, because obviously if you get creasing, it's going to look like you have a bunch of concealer or foundation on. So we're just going to like barely just like brush it over just the spots where we put that concealer. We're going to try to not get the Coty Airspun on like the glowy parts, just because it will mute out that little bit of shine that we get. Alright, and I am just going to run some of this Coty Airspun over my eyelids and just my eyebrows, because if I don't, I hate the feeling that like when your eyelids get kind of greasy a little bit. They feel like they're like sticking together. Oh my goodness, it drives me nuts. It's like the worst feeling ever. So I just want to make sure that I powder that, because I'm not using any like eyeshadow or anything today. So I just want to get rid of any like oil that might be there, because that literally, it drives me insane. Also, I've found that if I put just a little bit of powder over my eyebrows before doing them, they end up lasting a little bit longer, because it doesn't like the skin doesn't get as oily, so it doesn't like allow them to like rub off as easily. Alright, so then once I have done that, I'm just going to switch brushes over to my Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm going to grab some of the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana bronzer. I don't know why this is called a bronzer. This would never be a bronzer on somebody. But it's like almost gone. But I've been using this for a while to just kind of add like a dewiness back to my face when I've over powdered it. But today I'm going to use it to kind of like, it kind of is going to take the glowiness back just a little bit, and it's also going to powder that primer so that it doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like oil on your face. So we're just going to take a little bit of that and just kind of like barely brush it over like our forehead and all of the other areas. Alright. See, so it kind of still leaves like a little bit of glowiness to your face without it feeling like it's just gonna like wipe off if you touch it. And it still kind of looks like our skin if it was like really, really nice. Right, and lately I've been doing this just because I'm not gonna contour or anything like that because obviously, you know, if you're not wearing makeup, your face is going to just have those natural shadows to it. What I am going to do is I'm going to take just my little blush brush that I don't know where it's from because it doesn't have any name on it, and I'm going to take some of the Milani Romantic Rose blush right here, and I'm just going to brush a little bit of that on my cheeks and a little bit on like the sides of my nose right here, just to kind of bring a little bit of like color back to my face without it looking like I don't want to look super pale and like there's no color, because then it's going to look like there is just like a layer of foundation over our skin. So I just want to add a little bit of rosiness back here to make it look a little bit more like it's me. Alright, and then after that, I'm going to take my e.l.f. 101 brush, right? Yeah, 101 brush, this big like fluffy powder guy here. And I'm just going to kind of like dab it over top of that blush just to kind of like make sure that the edges are really like faded out so that it doesn't just look like circles of blush on our face. Alright, and then on a fan brush, which is, I mean, if you have been watching my videos for any bit of time, you know I don't really use fan brushes for highlighter. I just use them to like brush stuff off of my face. It's just because it kind of lays the highlighter down in a more natural look rather than my Sonia Kashuk 109 brush, because that one like lays it down like blinding, like so much highlighter. So I'm gonna just use like a fan brush today because I barely want any like bit of glowiness, and I'm going to dip into my Mary Lou-Manizer highlighter, and I feel like that's like the most natural highlighter that I have. And I'm just gonna kind of like brush that over like the normal areas that I would highlight and just like barely kind of lay it down. We don't want this to look like crazy. We just want this to look, again, like we're naturally kind of like glowy in those areas. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, sorry, I'm like trying to eat while I'm getting ready so that I'm not sounding like an idiot throughout the whole video, because we all know how I stumble over myself when I've only had coffee. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows now, which, Wet n Wild, again, killing the freaking game. So they came out with a retractable brow pencil that is just like the Anastasia brow definer, and I love the brow definer. Like, out of all their brow products, that one is my favorite. I mean, look at them. They're literally so similar. They both have like the little spoolie on the end. The Wet n Wild one I don't love, just because, I mean, you can tell that it is a little bit smaller than the Anastasia one. I just like the fluffiness of the Anastasia one, but it's okay. It's not like it's like bad. And another thing that I've kind of found that I really like about the Wet n Wild one is I've been using this every single day, and if you can see, the tip of it is still like really sharp there. which I really enjoy. Whereas the Anastasia one, after you've been using it for a while, it kind of like rounds out. And I really like the sharpness of that like corner there, because you can really kind of make it look like they're little hairs. So I really enjoy that. Yeah, and I mean, I've not noticed that it rubs off any easier than the Anastasia one. So it lasts for a really long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And I want to say, I don't know how much this one was, but again, it was under $5, so I'm totally down with that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to do my brows, and I'm gonna really just try to make them look like they're natural little hairs going up. So I'm gonna use that tip of the corner here. Oh, and I'm using, what color is this? I'm using medium brown also. I don't think I said that. Which I found is very similar to the chocolate shade in the Anastasia brow definers. I want to say that they have like 3 or 4 shades total in these. So there is like options for you. Okay, so once I have kind of like laid the color down, and I don't know if you guys can see, I'm gonna zoom you in real quick. I've really like tried to kind of like make sure that when I was filling, ooh, it's so dark, come back. As I was filling them in, I was really just trying to make all of the little lines look like they were just natural hairs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little Morphe M410 brush, just like the little flat top square brush right here, and I'm not going to take any product on it because, again, I don't want the edges to look really like sharp because I want them to look natural. I'm just going to take this blank brush and kind of just run it along the edges just to like kind of clean up any little marks that I don't want to be there, but still kind of making them look natural. Okay, and now I'm just going to take the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and I'm just going to kind of like brush the hairs up and kind of over a little bit. I'm sorry if the light keeps changing. I don't know why my camera is doing this. It keeps switching from like auto to something else. And when I'm doing this, I'm really going to try to like separate all those brow hairs to really kind of like make them show. Oh my goodness, why does the lighting keep doing this? It's driving me insane. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Mascara in, what is this? Glam Brown. And the reason I'm doing this color is because I feel like when I use black mascara, when I'm doing like a natural look like this, obviously like these are brown, and you know, it looks more unnatural to have like this black mascara to go along with like the natural brown eyebrows. So I'm gonna use a brown mascara to kind of make them look like they're just naturally that color. But what I'm going to do before I do that is I'm just going to curl my top lashes. I'm not totally sure if I'm going to be doing false lashes today. I do have a pair of false lashes that they kind of just, they're the same length as my lashes, but they make them just look fuller, but they're black. So I don't totally know. We'll see where this goes. But I am going to curl the top lashes first. And when I put this mascara on, I'm going to really like make sure to go back through with my little like the eyelash comb here, just to like separate everything out, because I don't want like clumpy mascara because that's gonna look even more unnatural. And I could actually even do with like a slightly lighter brown mascara, but I couldn't find one. Like it was either Glam brown or blackish brown, which would be even like darker than this. So okay, and I think I am actually going to put on those lashes just because like you can stop here if you want to, if like this is what you're comfortable with, but I feel like my top lashes are just too like bare. I don't know. I need them to just look a little bit fuller than they are. So I'm gonna use the Salon Perfect Demi Wispy lashes, which are these guys right here. They are literally like the same length as my lashes, but they're just fuller. So I'm gonna put these on, and then I think I am gonna put like a coat of that brown mascara just over them, just to kind of like mute out that black and kind of bring it back to the brown to make them blend. I wouldn't normally do that just because when you put, oh no, I ripped a piece off. But when you put mascara over your false lashes, it makes like their lifespan a lot shorter. So I don't normally do that, but the colors are different, so. And I am just going to use the clear tone duo glue just to like kind of make it all blend, because we aren't wearing eyeliner with this. Alright, so while the glue is kind of like setting up on this lash, I am going to pop on some chapstick, as I always do. And then I'm actually going to just use a little bit of clear gloss just to kind of like make them look a little bit plumper. And I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Pillow Plump. What is this? Yeah, the Sexy Mother Pucker lip gloss. I love saying that because it freaks people out at first. But I'm just going to use that to kind of just plump up my lips and make them look a little bit fuller. And I'm going to focus this on like the outer portion of my lips. I'm not going to like really get it on the inside, because this stuff is like awful when it gets on your tongue. It literally makes your tongue like numb feeling. Alright, and when I'm doing this eyelash, I'm focusing on making sure that this outer portion is really like to the edge of my lashes. I don't want it, I don't want it like in the middle or in the like inner portion too far, so I am just gonna like pull it over to the farthest outer corner of my eye here. See, so it kind of doesn't look like over dramatic like all of my other eyelashes, but it does kind of just add a little bit, just like a little bit extra. Oh, thank you. I thought you were Dad. Thank you. My mom just handed me a grilled cheese from like underneath of my backdrop. Alright, so then as I always do, I'm just going to squeeze my lashes together to like blend them in with mine and push them up to just kind of like make them open up a little bit more. I'm actually gonna let this left eye set a little bit more because I just put it on there. I want that glue to dry down a little bit more before I do that. But this one, I am just gonna put a little bit of this brown mascara over it just to kind of like help the colors blend together. And the white that you're seeing of the glue, it will dry down. It completely goes clear, so don't worry that you're gonna have like white glue showing all day. Okay, so then as a final step, I would normally spray my face with the Lou-Manizer Defend and Replenish Antioxidant Mist, but unfortunately I'm like officially out of it. It makes me sad. But if you do have this, I would advise using this because it adds like that, it just adds that glowiness and it makes everything like set in just even better. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to set everything with the L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. Okay, now give me 1 second to go and fix this mess that is my hair, and I will be back. Alright guys, so this is the completed look right here. I've been parting my hair on the side again. I really have not parted my hair on the side probably since I was like in high school. I've been just like leaving it in the middle because I don't know, that was my thing. And I actually am not minding it on the side. I did this for the first time, when was it? Like 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago, because it was my 4-year anniversary with Preston. So I wanted my hair to look all like, I don't know, different. So I parted it on the side and it's just kind of like working for me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below and to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. As always, the products, the brushes, my social, all of that stuff is always listed down below in the description box. And yeah, that's it. Again, apologies that I have not been keeping up with my filming. Life has gotten hectic and I've not been able to, not felt like it, and I'm gonna try to be better Don't hold me to it, but I'm gonna try. All right, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.